games now. This is
There's
nothing
a lot
new.
of tape.
This
There's
is
a
nothing
lot of
new.
tape. Yeah, and it really does come down to the prep factor here. I mean, Sadak's going to be pivotal on this stage in terms of what we're going to expect from OpTic. Have to see how that works out for them. Obviously, OpTic starting on the defensive side. Victor already getting curious outside of Dish, and there's, I mean, 3 members of Loud on the north side of the map. Hard cleared here, but good for the first. The fault line comes through. Will slow down any further progress, but a 1-for-1 early on.
And I want to see Victor activated. I want to see him have one of those games where you know the game starts to feel like you're in command, you're in control. And for Loud, I'm happy to see anything. Adjustments, new looks, awareness of what OpTic do, because the thing is, when you become very good at something, everyone pays attention to it, as a lot of these previous champions know. It's a fickle and cruel game as Les starts to make his first real committed steps towards this, and he might get a glimpse of Crashies.
What's that? A heavy expectation of OpTic getting aggressive here in the pistol round. It's only really Victor to dip his toes. Crashies going to catch a tag with the headhunter though, force him to play a little safer now.
30 seconds left.
We hit that 30-second marker. All 4 members of Loud will stack up now towards Arcade.
Marching forward, but again, you can see where OpTic are waiting. They've got 3 players dedicated towards that B side. They're all in on this, so it's going to be a bloodbath here. Marv with 1, with 2, and OpTic should be shutting this down. FNS is there, and now you look at the time left. It ain't a great deal, but it is now a 1v1. There's enough time for the plant here, but does he close the gap in time? He's closed in, he's fine. Composure kept. Round secured. OpTic off to a good start.
A second opening pistol round 1 on the back of Crash. He's initially taking that tag. They noted his presence. And Pancada just misreading, well, you know, a straight 50-50 of where Crashies was going to re-aggress from. They get themselves on the board though. And Loud, like I said, happy to initially anticipate that aggression, but then run the clock down, allow that pressure to build. Just a couple of sheriffs for Loud to work with. And Kada and Sassy, see what they can get done here. Obviously less a headhunter, a couple more shots in the chamber for him. I have to see if this slow build continues for Loud. Whether or not OpTic continue to explore, because I expect them to look for some confidence boosters after that first map. And Victor, one that ultimately, yeah, could definitely benefit from that.
Still maintaining the angle, climbing on this flash.
Enemy down.
Could be pretty good. Sassy the only one to find a connection so far. One of the 2 players who did have the sheriff here. Aspas gathering the other. Victor, again, should be doing well enough here to not be particularly phased. So, no real dangers to be seen. 2 for OpTic, and Loud waiting to get that buy coming beside them.
And this is the one you have your eyes on of what OpTic decide to do here. Whether they're going to sit back, try and hold on, play close contact. We'll try and make use of these Spectres here. Obviously, the rifle in the hands of Ye. Definitely doable here. A good shot for the round 3. Let's see if this is where Loud decide to pick up the pace a little bit.
We're seeing OpTic going walkabouts. So that Altor. And on the other side, it's Jay. Noted that Victor had been playing this a couple of times, but the walk-up's not particularly stopped. They've continued forward. Good flash, and where was the call? Labored with the Spectre, and Aspas going to trade out in the end, but damage is damage. Jay can't do much. Denied swiftly by Aspas, and that's a rifle now removed.
I was curious as to the re-explore from Ye. Marv should just get away from less. Timing favourable in that regard. We're going to spot the pixel out of place though.
Hello? Maybe he just moved away in time. Fortunate, and well, he's going to feel very red here, maybe wonder as to why, but they'd already noted you before. Marv's position very much found out, and now down to Victor and FNS. FNS feeling a whole lot of force coming his way. Supports en route, that's going to be Victor coming over and actually decapitate Sadak. Catching a couple as well as they try and make it through tower. Great swing coming out from FNS. And now it's just Sassy left in a 1v2, and the swings and roundabouts already in this round are giving me whiplash. Sassy, what can you do with this? He knows there's one on site. He knows that Victor's close by. They're stacking up together. They're getting proactive, dangerous games. Sassy trying to back away, play his life. He's got 20 seconds to work this conundrum out. And OpTic go right back to that prior hold. Not going to happen. Lovely work between the two. Victor making there just in time. FNS as well. Wonderful work between each other.
Talk about confidence boosters. That's a huge one for Victor in particular. And through pivotal in that bonus round. So well to enable FNS to find this first and the second. FNS closes it out with the third as well. Decent ultimate progress as well to consider here, but
good job, John. Well fucking played. Good job getting.
Sounding pretty quiet in there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, pretty composed. Just maybe trying to just get into the motion of things. Just try and keep that focus as best they can. Each round in front of them just being treated the same. Try not feel that pressure of elimination on your shoulders. Easier said than done, of course. But this round should be theirs. Again, the purchase, got a little bit more bite to it this time. A little bit of light armor, a couple more of those sheriffs, but I don't know which way you cut it. Similar look.
As noted, the ultimate progress, you look what essentially OpTic should be on the brink of. Loud's next buy round. Marv already with the orbital strike. Victor going to find one as Les goes exploring. Yeah, actually with the operator posted up here, but holding the wrong angle. They might actually get a favorable peek here, and actually Sadak from the backside. What is that angle? Was Ye on the right side? He was on the right side of the box.
A fumble, and now the Cracksteiners show. Nervous, and they're just letting this one absolutely fall to pieces. What is going on? Marved and Crashy's going to try and keep this together as best they can. Yes, louder damage, but look at the numbers. They've got the spike on the site, and Marv wants to deny this before it can even start. Has to back away now. Respect that utility could have been a problem. And there's the ult coming in. It ain't going to do much, though.
The trade-off of orbital strikes here.
Marv's still trying to navigate a way around. Spike's down now. Time's in their side. Loud loving it. And Crashy's so paranoid of a flank, anything. You can see Marv just having all this utility committed towards him, time being purchased as Crashy's going to start closing in as well.
Sassy is literally 1 HP top side here, but Aspas going to find the headshot to Marv, and somehow, some way, Loud close out a 50 round that he had
worrying.
Absolutely no right.
How did they get that pick? How did they get that pick on Ye? What was the positioning on this? Because it just got shot in the head from the back.
I think he's on the right side of the, and there's nobody holding contact on main.
Which is worrying, because that's a communication issue. I don't know what it is. Whatever went wrong there needs to be addressed quickly. Because that's a tilter. That's the one that's going to get in your head and get you a little frustrated. Now, bear in mind, of course, they're professionals. They have to be able to kind of levy that sort of frustration. But again, that's given Loud a chance. It's not a big chance, but it's something. And speaking of aggression, it's Victor. Let's her rip, let's go! And actually, Loud find it fine. A 2-for-1 trade out in the end. They get to just do the same right on back in. Aspas going to take that space right back from him. FNS going to be feeling that pressure, but quickly invest the utility to try and quell this approach.
FNS does find the kill onto Aspas there, just on a lick of HP. Yeah, now creeping across bridge here. Loud able to regroup. They have a Rolling Thunder of their own. Only one smoke in the hands of Pancada. So they got to almost just creep up onto site here, and OpTic have left the back door open.
Give them just a little. They might take a lot. Loud. First couple of steps forward, they kept this quiet though. There's that contact. Crash is calling for support. Get back over here. Yeah, on the way, but you can see the ult now coming through. Crashy's got that ult orb late, but now the plant going to come in.
Spike planted.
Unless still holding. FNS just about starting to build around it. I think Sassy spotted it.
Sassy's in such a weird position there, just holding contact onto Canteen, but Pancada going exploring. He's going to find Crashy for free. Lex will find one as well.
Yay! Does at least bait the shot out, tries to chase him down in the meantime, but he knows he's lost that opportunity. Has to switch back out with the op and look for another pixel out of place, but no one's giving him chance. And that's a breathe in and a moment of frustration, I'm sure. Loud are finding these small cracks to punish OpTic here. This is great work from Loud. It's scrappy, but it's getting the job done.
I mean, a total contrast, but a similar example. After that initial push through, there's just a massive, massive gap in the setup. And Loud, like I said, they waltz on in. Just shift walk in. Allow themselves a lot of time to set up, and yes, maybe Ye's a little off pace there, but I don't think he's in a position to stop that, even if he walks underpass.
No.
There's just no way. Clings onto the operator. Sheriff, odds and ends coming into this. Victor does have his ultimate available, but look at Loud. Rez, Showstopper, Rolling Thunder, less 2 off the Tour de Force as well. A good bankroll starting to develop for them.
Gonna need one of these rounds from Ye. El Diablo needs to catch fire in this. For now, he sits, he waits. Does Loud crest in the corner. One down and it's quick.
You will not kill my
He's got to know there's more behind it. The Red's gonna come out. Boombot invested. He's dipping his toes back in again. Yay! This is the man you need to find form, and in these moments. But it's Aspas in the response, and he takes the side. He takes down Ye, and suddenly it's falling to pieces. And maybe Ye's not enough right now. They're trying everything, and you can't get past Aspas.
I mean, they bait out perfectly, just shift walking through, make use of the res. They force Ye to a deeper position. Ye actually re-swings here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Finds another kill, and immediately they flip the switch. Aspas, I mean, finds 2 separate kills with the paint shells
Look at
here.
this.
There's the first. Showstopper goes through, gets the reset, sends it immediately.
One enemy remaining.
No fear. Nothing.
What a huge round from Aspas.
This guy doesn't know how to lose. So damn good. And OpTic need a little bounce back here, because these rounds, they've been ones that will tilt you, frustrate you, take it away from you. And you can already see Victor up to those old tricks, trying to get proactive, get in their face, but Aspas, well, doesn't need to have Neon to be fast. Slicing him right through the middle. Yeah, he's going to at least deny the approach towards the site. Big impact, as now you can see they're trying to re-explore this way. I feel like Victor's got an idea.
If Victor falls here, though, Aspas can actually punish the TP from Ye. If they can apply any further pressure towards site, it's got to be Crashies and Victor to play their lives here effectively.
Well, that's now open, isn't it? The map's sliced in half. Pinned to the wall. And commitment.
Aspas has noted it either.
Don't believe so. Yay. It comes down to you again, my man. How much more can one man do?
He can't TP out now.
No, he can't. Unable to back away, has to stand his ground and fight. Crash is going to catch the cross, going to get one. Yay, he's there though. Yay with a huge amount of impact, and again, he can't back away, he can't fall away, and he can't be killed. It's 4 for him in the round as Sarsi, the last one alive, in a 1v2. It ain't impossible, but it does get the plant down. The utility is just feverish in amount, poured on in. He can't get away from it. OpTic close down the round. But
finally,
man, that took heroics.
It did. I mean, at the point where his TP's dealt with, like I said, it comes down to Crashies and Victor ultimately to make sure that Ye can still do work with that Tour de Force. Setting up that crossfire, even though Crashies falls, that first kill comes through from Ye in the slow field. Huge in that regard. Just catches Aspas for free, and then the follow-up makes it so difficult to find another peak. You can see less. Just with a wild swing into it. OpTic strike back. The operator back in the hands of Ye now. Who's leading the charge for OpTic currently. Aspas on the other side, things 11 and 5. And almost back on another showstopper. Further aggression from OpTic here. Looking to catch Loud off guard in the early round, but look how quickly. Oh, Loud have countered it. They backfilled the other half.
Finesse golden pickup though to deny Aspas that springboard they'd love to have tried to maybe achieve during that aggression on the other side of the site. And Carter got the better of Less, the only one to really strike back for Loud so far. There's Less than one to try and do anything. Creeping closer to the site.
Player
Gets
standing.
caught. FNS keeps it in control. OpTic shutting the gates on this round.
The thing is, if OpTic continue this, they have to find value on the other side of it. I mean, Ye left solo, really, giving up A site entirely for the retake. Luckily, this time around, I mean, Loud have shown a lot of presence towards Bridge on the north side of the map. We'll be careful if that continues here, but similar to what we saw them try and achieve in the previous, just nobody on the other side of it. Loud, we'll call a timeout here to reconsider. Very close fought battle, though, at the start of this first half.
And I've got to say it. For the
A real back and forth.
Yeah, for the OpTic fans out there, you know, when you see this map coming into the map pool, you see it as, you know, where it comes in. You feel like that little bit of relief, right? You're like, okay, they've got this like nice little stronghold to lean towards. Loud look pretty dangerous, in a very real way. Maybe a little towards Aspas himself, but everyone else is there with him as well. He's already sitting at, what, 11-6. He's very much leading the charge in the server as well. So a very individual performance, but again, it's causing a couple of issues here and there for OpTic. Have to see how deep this adaptation can go, though, from Loud. How much they feel confident and comfortable in this map itself.
And this is going to force at least 3 people down to less than a purchase in the next, so this is kind of pivotal for Loud. I mean, entering into round 9, 5-3 the scoreline. The OpTic extending their lead, forcing Loud into a pretty uncomfortable position. Showstopper there to offset it, but less the tour de force already being used. Nothing else to offset that purchase. It will rely on some heroics for Aspas to keep the scoreline equal if OpTic do close out this round.
Shutting them down.
Already seen that man has a cape permanently attached to his shoulders, though, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he can do some more heroics. And now we see what the look is coming into this one. Critical round for Loud. And the slow approach towards the A site. Feels though Victor thinking better of that one, probably rightly so. But Loud taking a lot of space here. Great deals of space.
OpTic are giving it up to them.
Yep.
Almost banking on these deep positions on site, favouring them somewhat.
Quite risky though. Really putting your faith in the unknown, and someone who's very much known to them is FNS, spotted out so quickly by Aspas, spotting out one towards the dark of sight, as Marv, the only one still alive, and the turret kicks in. Traded out by Pancada, and the spike needs to be recovered. 35 seconds and the rotations are on the way. Crashies and Ye gonna fill that void. The smoke goes up. Ye's feeling it. Flash goes in, spots one, gets one! Ye, the unthinkable again! You asked for heroics, we thought it'd be Aspas, it's Ye to find it now.
That is absolutely outrageous. Both of those headshots.
The first, just, I didn't believe the
I mean, you're
kill feed.
thinking here, he sat inside the smoke with the operator. It's like, oh, this is going to really hinder them on the retake, but the flash is absolutely perfect. I mean, they don't stand a chance. And that's what's still there for Ye. It's still in there at any given moment. You see, this is the result of what I was talking about with the finances here. And Showstopper actually burnt up in the previous.
Start a fire under OpTic, a little bit of that.
A very weird purchase. Look at this. I mean, a Vandal invested a Bulldog as well. There's 2 sat below 1,000. Crash is actually going to come through and find Pancada. Remove one of them. If Lauder can recover this now. Reverted back towards occupying the north side of the map. The punished here with the smokes removed very early. Now just look for OpTic to play this one safe.
Currently, sight being kept safe
Well,
by only 1.
Crashy's considering slipping away. Just about comes back. He would have left Marv extremely exposed.
Yeah, Marv feeling like he's on an island at the moment. That's the first one in. The second comes out and the second falls. Marv, I work for this man apparently. Even a third. Marv, show! Stunners from Marv. And OpTic's starting to heat up here, individually, as a collective, but it's what you'd expect on this map.
Definitely. Starting to loosen up as well. Happy to take these engagements. And Loud, I'll say slowing down a little bit, but letting their foot off the gas. First one here, I mean, it's nobody to swing with this satchel on Aspas, and he just gets plucked from the air. Beautifully done. And just a little smirk from Marved. That's 4 rounds now, unanswered.
Launching smoke.
Loud do reinvest, which is nothing short of a miracle considering what that previous purchase was. An operator in hand for less. It was Sassy and Sadak, I think, that were the lowest from the previous. At least Sassy's got a rifle in hand.
First man, if they continue on this path, would be Ye. Up towards top of tower. Loud looking like this is the way they want to go. First couple of shots noted. Enough utility to command him to fall away. Les, though, going to try and then fill that gap. Has a little look, spots no one so far. The ult comes in and the trades come out. Already Aspas going to punish Crashies, but it's not without them taking down Sadak. So now the spike should be able to be planted, but they are just on the verge of this. Yay! That bullet would have just gone past Aspas's face. And he's chomping at the bit. He's dying to get into it. He put his life on the line for it. It's a 2-for-1 trade out. And now it's only 2 remaining for OpTic. Victor and FNS. This has to be huge. Victor, that's perfect. Great timing. Takes him down and opens up the site potential. Looks towards it, does not expect Pancada. And now it's just FNS and Pancada.
Time for a protein.
Good positioning, good timing. Holds it down and gives Loud another.
It's another brutal battle for B site. Again, the timing is actually just ever so slightly off. The Rolling Thunder comes through. Victor, unfortunately, not close enough to follow up on it. FNS has to back into Canteen, actually back all the way into spawn to make sure they have a fighting chance at this. See here, time running away, pressure building. There's no chance to clear all of these angles that Loud occupy. Finally, they answer back.
Double up.
Smoke's down.
All right, that's the answer. Ye and Marved. Not something that I'd been expecting.
What did they get off that? Was that 2 or 3? Actually,
only
just
see
the
one.
Yeah. It's almost a curveball here in terms of the information they have received here, because Loud will walk behind that as 4.
How far do they get until they make any sort of contact? No one's even keeping mind on this. There's the smoke, there's the wall, everything now coming through. The panic stations get hit. Crashies hitting the red button. Oh, but the timing's gorgeous. Raspas gets there way ahead of the flash. Swing comes in and it's Marv. That operator unexpected, but yet finds brilliance. And now we're left with just Sassy in a 1v3, it looks like. What more can he do? Not much. Ye swiftly handles it. Man, what a final couple of moments coming through between these two.
I mean, Loud must feel completely demoralized by that. The fact that Marv is just standing there in the entrance towards Arcade and finds 2. And they played that perfectly, like I said, almost baiting on the back of that information they had received. A little misdirection here to walk behind that as 4 and find free entry.
Yeah.
Literally free entry, and then also get the kill onto Crashies.
Look at this. And the follow-up.
And Carter's actually in the stim as well.
Unbelievable.
It's
Wow.
almost like this sort of pacey hit versus the double ops. You almost think if they get in,
It should have been golden.
it's happy days.
Well, should have been happy days. I've got to say, this scoreline is close enough. It's still keeping my attention here, because I've got to say, OpTic have at least kind of dug their heels in, Mike, but it's certainly not over. And to really break it down will be the desk.
A fantastic round there from both teams, by the way, and just jumping right into it. Aspis, this guy continues his success from the previous game, Mimi, and just, I mean, the he's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is absurd when he is playing on this stage. The satchel routing for Aspis is really incredible, dropping 376 ACS.
That's kind of crazy.
The first half, a little crazy.
That's even better than the first half of Ascent, where he averaged 1 kill per round.
Yeah, and again, it is playing against literally what is considered the best team in the world right now. He is shutting down some of the best players that we have at this tournament and is doing it in such incredible fashion.
Coming into this event, he had the 3rd highest land stats of all time. I mean, he just popped off at Reykjavik at his first event, and he has not slowed down in the slightest. There are amazing players on both sides of this, and it'll be a travesty to send anybody home. But it would be awesome to keep seeing these kind of performances heading deeper.
Yeah, but then, you know, shifting over, though, to OpTic, I mean, despite Aspis' great performance, you know, OpTic, they have managed to rally back into this. And we expected this sideshow because of the fact that Fracture is a good map for OpTic, and you're starting to see them get a little loosey-goosey out there, feeling themselves a little bit.
Yeah, when Loud played against Crew, they actually planted B 5 times out of 8, and they won every post plant. So what you saw was OpTic were not even allowing them to get to the post plants, and that has been a crucial element of OpTic's defense. Now, as OpTic move into the attack, normally we'd be saying, oh, they're not as good on the attack side, etc. That doesn't apply to Fracture. Their attack sides are elite, and they're powered by Victor and the flash combos that they set up. So I think 8-4 should be pretty decent here.
Yeah, they
We
are
should
in a
be
very
going
good
to the
spot.
third.
You would think that Victor has been propelling them forward. He is fantastic on this attacking side, like you mentioned. The game is very much set up around him here on Fracture. But even looking back a little bit, it was Morph, it was Ye coming alight. Those are the critical players that were stepping this team ahead at Reykjavik. They are back. This team has a good understanding of how to play this map. This is OpTic's home ground. They should be pushing us to a third.
Yeah, it's very clear that OpTic are feeling comfortable, but Loud coming into this game have been feeling themselves from the start. This matchup is far from over. Could we be going to a game 3? Let's find out. Casters, back to you.
It feels like Game 3 is beckoning, right? Map 3 could be on the horizon. Now, whether or not we get there is defined by this half mic, but 8-4, is it enough for you to say Map 3 is likely?
You've got to lean that way. I mean, I come back to the comment I made at the start of this map. Sadak has to go huge on the defensive half for Loud, and he's had a quiet start in the first half. See exactly how Loud decide to approach this. OpTic, actually, on the back of the knife, will walk towards Dish. Let's actually set up a similar position we saw Ye punished in, but will actually find the first and dips away, and it's Marved that's removed.
Frustrating for sure. But again, it was only one, so they take the side quickly. Victor, this is dangerous. Les found Crashies too. He softened them up on the way in. This plant, pretty critical now. There's time on their side, but they're certainly down in numbers.
And the fact that it's Les finding them with the headhunter, there's so much utility available for Loud in this retake. Yeah, he's going exploring.
He wanted the close down, at least wanted to try and get that number back on their side, but it's Victor to find 2. How's he found 2 with this? And now it's down to the 2v2, make it a 1v2. The numbers looking favorable as the 2 heavyweights on this map. Victor and Ye doing exactly what the doctor ordered for OpTic. Dangerous games. Zadak gets proactive. Yay. With 14 HP, bear in mind.
HP. I mean, a half second either direction there. He gets the reset. He's caught Ye in the slow. So the fact that Ye's even creeping into that smoke, crucial to closing this out. But how did they? Look how deep they go exploring here. Victor finding 2 crucial kills with the Frenzy. And the third here to greet Aspas coming back through drop. But this felt like Loud should have taken this retake. They had so much util. Like I said, on the back of Les finding 2 kills on the back of Dry Peaks with a headhunter.
You don't often get those opportunities, and if you don't take them when you're against a team like OpTic, I'm a little worried. But for OpTic, this is a needed lifeline. Maybe a little bit of weight off the shoulders, knowing what's ahead of them, but Loud on the stack. I wonder if that gets maybe felt out a little here. Ooh, Sadak copping a lot of damage, yeah.
Still down on pretty low HP. I think actually taking a follow-up tag here to slow the heal a little bit, but OpTic happy to sit behind this. Loud actually considering the rotation, but all 3 players, not sure if they're just trying to fake a few steps there, but he could be the one to plant the seed of doubt. Shows presence towards A site.
Trying to get something, and the patience pays dividends. Punishing Aspas. And the gateway looking open. This comes down towards Les. The rotation could be called for now. Needs support. Yeah, trying to clear the side, but it's still Les. He's still got a chance of this, but he can't get it. Victor too quick with it. And Ye denies the rotation. Lovely work for OpTic here.
Feeling like double digits on the board. Find this spike plant pretty easily. FNS on the backside. That's what finds Sadak. Just about clearing things up. Crashies the one to find the headshot. But I love this early, just planting the seeds, as I said. OpTic show presence towards A in the pistol. Then they almost bait this B-side execution and just let it sweat.
Yep.
Let it sit for a little while. Aspas punished on the backside of Arcade. Buy around here, 2 rifle well, Bulldog being one of them for Marved. Expect us to fill this out, but Victor with the ultimate online for the bonus here. Would be the nail in the coffin, you got to say, for this map.
Halfway brave at that point. Away we go, Victor. Starting things off with a bang. No one really taking the bite on it though. And they back away. Pulled rotation, how quickly can they make anything of this?
Loud have that wall to slow down the Arcade progress for Ye.
How do they slow down this progress though? Victor clotheslines Les and carries on. He's not stopping. They've got such control. Clears tower, it's all theirs. Perfect push and pull pull that rotation just a little too early, and Loud get punished for biting on it.
It's the paranoia built from OpTic, showing early presence of where they're about to go. Loud scramble for the rotation and leave a massive gap here. Sadak actually does hard clear Victor though. Moves it to a 4v4.
We've still got the rifles. There's still Marv, there's still Ye. Well equipped for this, but outgunned. Can't deny that for now. FNS going to lose this fight towards Aspas, but on the side they go. Sadak on the defuse. Marv going to try and deny this. Swings it on one. Pancada keeps it safe, but the molly goes off, so they have to respect the time! And time is of the essence, and Sadak should have plenty of it at this point. There is life for them yet, and the game ain't over. It's 5 for Loud.
Beautifully done the way back through. Again, it's only the one casualty they suffer, and immediately Sadak evens the odds here to find that kill, but OpTic nearly close it out.
Was a bonus.
Was the bonus, exactly. Still in a pretty solid financial position. Rifles across the board. Actually, decent ultimate progress behind Victor's ult. Okay, maybe Marved will get his orbital strike online in this round, but that was a little further afield.
Flash.
Early high flash. An early take. Less. You willing to check on this? You are! Okay, takes a little bit of a look towards it, but Victor's still there. Sadak caught in no man's land as Victor is just unrelenting in this aggression. Takes so much space away from Loud. At least facilitating the plant for now. You can already see it. The wall's being put up. Aspas breaks through with one brick. Takes away Victor. FNS noted as well going towards tower, and Crashy's potentially spotted here too. This could be big information, and the timing's great. Pancana gets the punish towards Crashy's, and now it's a 3v3.
I'll find another one. Actually, FNS needs to win this, and he doesn't. Less gets the better of him. Comes through, but Ye stands strong. Sassy now 1v2, time ticking away. 3 seconds left on the fault line, but a difficult position to dig both of them out. Ye will seal the deal. OpTic find their 11th.
Feels as though OpTic perfecting this craft, this attacking side. There's a reason it's notorious. There's a reason we pay attention. And Loud now need to try and work out what to do against it.
Their backs against the wall in terms of the finances. You have to really consider this purchase. This is it. It's almost catching them off guard with what you expect OpTic to do on this half in Fracture. It works wonders for them here.
The fuck? He's satchelled it.
Don't envy the situation Loud now have. Got 11 against you. You got OpTic starting to hit that little bit of that high note, confidence starting to hit some of these players. All that faith in the approach coming back in, looking good. It's not just the Victor show. Yeah, he's taking so much space. You can talk about everything he does on this map, absolutely. Yeah, he's up there. You've got Marv hitting as well. Everything looking good for them. Now, Loud, again, we're seeing kind of, you know, having to try and work against the odds. Whether or not they can, I don't know. But all I kind of hope for is that we get to see that third map. If
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Take us there.
I mean, it's looking more than likely. I was talking about the ultimate progress in the previous now. I mean, Rolling Thunder available. Ye one off the Tour de Force, Marv one off the Orbital Strike, Crashy's one off the Null Command. A really solid position to be in. Yes, Loud have a couple, but they're a million miles away from a snowball round, and look at their scoreline, it doesn't even matter. OpTic can resort back to playing a scrappier approach in some of these. They have lots of conversion factors. It's like actually, Aspas and Sassy going to get a little curious here. Pancada as well. Come on, shut this down. They find Marv.
Oh man, that guy's
Catch him
got
in the
some
stun as well.
fire to the way he plays.
I mean, they were questioning the statue in the previous, but this one worked out.
Real nice. Victor's like, again, I'm meant to be the fast one here. If you could just relax a little. But willing to try and deal with him. Too many targets, but he still actually gets one. And now, Crashy's an FNS. Trying to go towards that A site. Les is patrolling, prowling around, and that is going to be a problem. Les has to slip away. Ult now removed, and Crashy's on the hunt. Guy makes the most of it, punishing one. The flash is going to be good as well. Oh, he's
beautiful.
Stylish work from Crashies. Perfection to get OpTic to 12.
They close it into 2v3. The Null Command to rip the Tour de Force out of the hands of Les. And rip A site firmly out of control of Loud. Again, they even come into this now. Victor back, one away from his ultimate. Orbital strike available, tour de force here. And Loud's, the purchase is not good.
No.
That's the kind version. Showstopper to work with, Rez here. We're gonna get a little bit aggressive, try and give away a pick and trade that out.
You want to play? Let's play.
Showstopper did actually. Oh, stupid, he still finds the resale to FNS.
Still
Victor
trying to
comes
fight
back
it.
through.
Still trying to fight it out, and you said they can get scrappy both sides, willing to take up that mantle.
Do they police the res here?
Launching smoke.
Really, Marv and Ye have found space towards Arcade. Actually, yeah, with Victor's position here, you've got to argue they're baiting Loud in to try and go for this.
Starting to look like this is shut down. One more round is all OpTic needs to give themselves a chance at that third. The lifeline that's beckoning, and Loud would have loved it in 2, but you don't get that in these sort of games between these two teams. 50 seconds now. Time starting to dwindle. Sadak, Pancada, Sassy. Any options to try and tilt the favor of this round they'll wait for, but you can see OpTic just hitting the brakes. Waiting a second. And now start turning the screws towards that B site.
30 seconds left.
Even it pretty late here. Through. See Pancada going to find Victor, the first one through.
This could cause some issues. You've got the ult now coming in, a couple of spots coming out, and Ye just caught in no man's land, tagged up everywhere, still keeps his life. Shot goes astray, but the trade comes in. 10 seconds now, it's just Sadak. Can he do anything to do any change to the end of this round?
Planted.
Yeah,
He knows it.
Hand.
The res. Oh, Marv has been policing this, but it's actually getting messy. Marv makes a meal of it. And now it's just Crashies. And a 1v2. But Crashies has done the around the world. The timing could be great for this if he plays this to perfection. Not easy. Doesn't have all the information, doesn't know all of this, but here's the steps. And call to it.
Barrel.
Spots the barrel. Wait, did they see him? I think they've seen him. They try and split the fight and they stay alive. Loud. Leaving it to the final moments here. And a little messy from OpTic in the end.
Overcooked it.
Absolutely
I
did.
think the pause there is to allow for the res to come through, or at least hope that it does. And Pancada finds a crucial kill with the Sheriff. I mean, this is, yeah, bait me for the res, cool. Marv just posted up here, but he's so low HP that the Spectre punishes him. And Crashies almost caught the timing.
Ainda vai ser. Só que eu devia ter esperado, né, Bonito?
A sigh of
Eu devia
relief
ter esperado ele jogar.
in the
né?
Loud camp,
Yeah, not a pretty sight.
but a long way back in, Lauren.
Oh, it's a mountain to climb.
Go, go, go.
But nothing worthwhile is easy. Have to try and make something out of it now. Victor, though, starting to heat up. Warming into this one. Sadak, your duty is trying to slow him down, and that will do it. Face into the wall, but he's not really stopping. Takes it away from them as quickly as it started. Sadak going to get the fight on the first, and he does find Marv. Looks for more. It's Victor next on the chopping block, but the trade's good. Let's now fill in the void, and Les taking control of the round until he meets his maker, Ye, on the other side. And now the 2v2. It's scrappy, it's messy, and it's a bloody battle. But keep your eyes on
Aspas
the
just heard
fight.
the TP.
And you're right. Surely in range.
I mean, he had to deal with the trap. That's why he's hopped on the rope so quick, but heard the TP back away, almost anticipating this rotation. You can see Sassy mindful of it too. They're going to try. They're actually following in Aspas' shadow.
This is actually such a nasty call as well.
So the cogs turning for FNS here to try and recover this. I mean, it's 2v2, definitely doable. Allow the split.
Where are you going now? Where's that call? Where are you making it?
Spike dropped.
30 seconds left.
Back to B we go. And
Aspas is going to creep.
He's turned.
Yeah, he's going to creep back to this angle just in time.
Oh, this could be everything. Timing is everything. And he's noted them. Noted enough. And now he should call for support. Sassy's going to be on the way. Paint shell's great! Explodes in the face of FNS, and he had to face it. 10 seconds. And now it's Ye in the 1v2. This could be 7 for Loud.
Teleport's ready.
The game ain't over yet. Couple more seconds here. And the clock will define it. 7 now found for Loud. We said it's a mountain, Mike. They put their first step towards this.
Absolutely. Sadak, though, crucial to buy that time. And eventually, even just finally the one gets traded out. Yay, somehow in the fray, finds 2 massive kills to put OpTic back in a position to find this. This is the first. There's the second. Still somehow Loud cling to life. Said FNS eating the paint shell on the way through.
Yeah.
So well played from Aspas. You got to respect it, actually, with the call from FNS on the fly to just follow in his footsteps, try and backfill that space.
I just feel some of these rounds are so dangerous, Mike, because you look at it this way. In my mind, if you're OpTic, like, it's fine, we'll close it, we'll close it, we'll close it. They have been super close in a lot of these rounds, kind of down to those 1v2s, 2v2s, very, very scrappy on the way in. But that is how you leave a doorway open, right? Like, that is how you close a scoreline in, because, again, for Loud, it's round by round.
It is, and Loud are holding no punches. I mean, even there, just respecting, throwing the Rolling Thunder out, just making absolutely sure to secure these round wins. OpTic reduced. Back to a fairly fragile economy here. All those ultimates we had dwindled now. Victor is back online for this round, and we'll be able to offset this purchase just a little bit. But we're not close to another snowball for OpTic.
No.
And round 20 now. How far can Loud go with this?
That's the question. The answer defined in the next couple of moments, really. OpTic just on the verge of getting away from this. But sometimes that last round is the hardest to find. So elusive, evasive. And the buy, interesting. Victor wants it, and he ain't gonna get it this time. Aspas is there to green with a smile, but the flash is perfect, and actually that's big problems now. Yeah, Aspas had no idea. He was so blind during this. And Marv trying to backfill as well. Just got slipping away. Aspas gets into the smoke, and he's not alone. There is support there. Pancada's already on this site. They might need to hit the brakes for a second. And again, looking beyond that as well, you're having less, taking a lot of space towards this A side too.
Well, basically, clearing all that. Okay, Pancada finding one. Yay will fall. Actually, FNS will respond though. Sadak though finds 2 with the Bulldog. Marved. The Bulldog of his own.
Sadak, you gotta be careful. He's trying to buy a little bit of time, but it's a dangerous game. Bear in mind, Les is slowly closing the gap. It should be curtains, it is.
Bait.
A little precarious, but it's fine. And again, close rounds, Mike. 1v2s here and there. That really dangerous start, that hazardous start, that trade out. If that molly had ticked a couple more times, that could have been him dead. That could have been Aspas gone from this, I'm pretty sure.
Again, just noting there, previously talking about the synergy and how on point things are looking in comparison to on Ascent. Victor a little further ahead of the curve than you'd maybe expect. Nobody picking up that second angle to trade it. Aspas doing what he does best, being unorthodox and rewarded for it. A pacey approach towards Arcade here. Victor straight through, finds the one, but that's about it. Less straight back with the trade. Yeah, you're not able to find anything on the other side either.
It's done enough at least to dull the tip of the spear, right? Victor thrown in, gets the 1-for-1 trade out essentially. And it sends OpTic back to this kind of more mid-round, late-game calling. We have to see how they do in a quick rotation. And Carter, the one on the other side, and the only one on this side. Yes, they're exploring over on that B site, so the call should be made soon. Maybe Aspas gets released to try and hit that rotation soon, but Pancada needs value. And he's not going to get it. Marv gives him a chance. The site is now open. Flash comes in, they're fine. Popping the ult just to ensure security, to make sure nothing goes astray. The plant should come in uncontested. Oh, and it's just looking serious business now. Aspas, last one alive. And it's what we want to be seeing, the third, surely beckoning here. The caliber of game between these two warrants that third map. And Aspas, the only one who could maybe deny that for now. But 3 players from OpTic, very much ready to take us there. We are going the distance, and rightly so, Mike.